Welcome back to Beyond the Numbers, Principled CAM Conversations, where we help smaller condo and HOA communities operate with clarity, structure, and confidence. I'm Brian Anderson, founder of Principled Community Association Management. Today we're discussing a concern many boards have when considering a management change. What happens if the transition becomes disruptive? And honestly, that concern is understandable, because changing management can feel overwhelming, especially for smaller communities already dealing with operational stress. But a well-structured transition should create stability, not chaos. Many boards stay in difficult management relationships longer than they should because they fear operational disruption, lost records or information, resident confusion, financial complications, increased workload during transition. So even when frustrations exist, boards often convince themselves, maybe we should just stay where we are. But staying in an ineffective structure simply because change feels uncomfortable can create larger long-term problems. A management transition may need to be considered when patterns become consistent. Communication delays, lack of responsiveness, financial uncertainty, repeated operational issues, board burnout, and reactive maintenance handling. Every community experiences occasional challenges, but when those challenges become the norm, not the exception, it may be time to evaluate alternatives. A strong management transition should feel organized, structured, communicated clearly, minimized in disruption. Here's what that typically includes. 1. There should be a defined timeline covering financial transfer, vendor coordination, resident communication, records and documentation. Clarity reduces confusion. 2. An organized record transfer. Important items should be reviewed carefully. Governing documents, financial records, contracts, vendor information, and owner communications. The goal is operational continuity. 3. Resident communication. One of the biggest mistakes during transition is poor communication. Residents should understand what is changing, what is staying the same, who to contact, and what to expect. Good communication reduces unnecessary tension. Vendor coordination. Vendors should experience continuity, not confusion. This includes updated contacts, billing coordination, service expectations, and ongoing project visibility. And finally, board support. Transition should reduce board stress, not increase it. A good management partner helps guide the process so the board doesn't feel like it's carrying the entire operational burden. So here are a few common mistakes boards should avoid. Rushing the process, focusing only on price, lack of transition planning, poor communication with residents, and assuming everything will work itself out. Transitions succeed when structure exists. Without structure, confusion grows quickly. So a successful transition should create better communication, improved visibility, more proactive operations, reduce stress for the board, and greater operational consistency. At Principled Community Association Management, we believe smaller communities deserve transitions that feel organized, supported, and professional, not disruptive. Because communities should never feel abandoned during periods of change. They should feel guided through them. So in closing, if your board has been hesitant to explore a management change because of fear around disruption, know this: a well-managed transition should create clarity, not chaos. And often, the right transition becomes the turning point that helps a community move from reactive operations to stronger long-term stability. Thank you for joining me for Season 2, Episode 5 of Beyond the Numbers, Principled CAM Conversations. If you'd like additional guidance, Download the free Small Condo and HOA Board Toolkit, or schedule a 20-minute condo or HOA strategy call. The links are in the description. Because effective community leadership means going beyond the numbers.